In late spring 1361, the Gotlanders received warning that an invasion was imminent. They had to work fast. With no formal army, they had just weeks to raise the militia, to train, and to armour up. The Danish army inflicted a terrible defeat on the Gotlanders, yet little is known about exactly what happened during the final battle. Yet thanks to the excavations, there is physical evidence for what happened. Visby is unique in archaeology because many of the Gotlanders went to the grave still wearing the armour that they'd fought and died in. It's this armour that Karen Watts of Britain's Royal Armouries has come to see. It's here in Stockholm that most of the armour is stored. Karen has spent her entire career studying European arms and armour. And again, as with Tim, Visby is one of the reasons she became passionate about the subject.
This is the best armour I've ever seen. It's just wonderful.
The most iconic items among the Visby collection are the body armours. Any kind of armour from this time in the Middle Ages is extremely rare. Here, though, there's a whole range of armours, all worn in battle together, then buried at the same time. It's an unparalleled insight into how medieval soldiers faced battle.
It's the only armour excavated from a battle anywhere in the world, ever.
The types of armours are known as coat of plates and lamella. They're made up of individually forged pieces of iron, riveted or wired together as part of a leather or textile harness. With several complete armours together, it's possible for Karen to see how each was tailored to suit individual combatants.
I can't believe the size. Look, it's for a boy. These actually, I have never realised that they're different sizes.
Thomas Neyman is a serving Swedish army officer. He studied all the 1361 armours, painstakingly reconstructed here after they were recovered from the mass graves. Tordeman identified a number of types at different stages of development.
Is it 4 different types of armors?
Yeah.
So you can see it evolving in this different material.
Absolutely.
From these pits. If you look up here, what we see here is different layers of textile that's been metallized. So now it's metal.
Oh, yes, I see.
And what I counted to so far is 3 layers. But it could be more, but we have to do more research.
The most common armours are the coat of plates type, a kind of medieval flak jacket.
All of these armours are purely functional. They are fighting military equipment with no adornment or ornamentation. Except for this one, because this one has got brass plaques. It's there as an example of heraldic display. And have you identified to whom this belongs?
That's one of the interesting things. It's a lot of theories what it could be.
Yeah.
One of the theories is that it could be a family down in Flanders. Yeah, Gårda, but we actually don't know because it could be because it's one person missing from that family.
Some of the skeletons had the remains of male armour still on them, such as these hoods or coifs. It's rare enough to find single male links from most medieval battle sites, so entire shirts and coifs like these are extremely unusual. One of the key mysteries surrounding the burials is why so much armour was left on the bodies and not first stripped. Various explanations have been put forward, such as the hot weather at the time of the battle, the risk of disease, or just that there were too many bodies to bury and too few left alive to do the job.
In the first mass grave, you can see how they've been neatly buried side by side. But in the end, they are just thrown into the pit with everything. And you even find coins and knives and quite valuable items as well. So they had been in a hurry for the last days. Must have been a horrible experience to get all those bodies into the pits.
Why on earth would you bury these people with all this very, very expensive equipment with them? And there are all sorts of potential answers. One of the answers is that basically there was no time to strip them, which is a bit vague, down to the extreme possibility that you couldn't actually get the armour off them. If it's the heat of the day, all the bodies have been left for a few days in an intense heat, and they all start bloating, you wouldn't be able to get the chain mail off them. It's as simple as that. And so you would probably have to start butchering the bodies to get the mail off them and the armour. In which case, are they prepared to do this? The bodies are hot, stinking and festered, and of course you might think it's not that valuable, and so you bury it. The good news about burying somebody in their armour in a place that's marked by a large cross is that you can come back in 5 years, or 1 year, or whatever, and you can come and take them off skeletons rather than off fleshed bodies. And so that's the one thing that makes more sense, is that they were going to come back for these bodies, and they never did.
Metal was an expensive commodity. But what if the armour was obsolete? Could that be why they left it and didn't come back?
An armour was very valuable, so we think that they put the armours in the mass graves because it was hot, you had to get rid of it quite fast, but also that the equipment was old. Some of the armours, the plate armours, are still modern at this time, but some of them are more Viking style, and then it's really old.
Another reason might be that access to the burials may have been restricted by the conquerors.
This also suggests that they possibly weren't allowed to. They weren't allowed to strip the dead. And it was only the victors that were allowed access to all this. And now if they had enough equipment and they didn't particularly want to bother themselves by stripping all the dead, they might not have allowed anybody else to do it. Remember, this is armour and there were weapons. And so it could be that they wanted to hide the armour anyway to stop the Gotlanders getting access to it. So what better way than burying it? And it's a way of getting rid of a potential problem in the future.